Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty. Until Barack Obama, Jimmy Carter held the title worst president in U.S. history. Now Carter may have taken the title back. You would have thought he'd be satisfied with almost destroying the U.S. economy and almost breaking the spirit of our country once. But no, 33 years later, Jimmy Carter is now instrumental in helping Obama finish the job he started. As president from 1976 to 1980, Jimmy Carter came close to wiping out the American economy. An ultra-liberal, politically correct do-gooder, just like Obama. Carter announced his presidency would be dedicated to, get this, compassion and human rights. Feel-goody, liberal nonsense, gobbledygook, and it led to disaster. The Carter nightmare included 4 years of crippling high unemployment, stagflation of 13.5%, unimaginable interest rates, 21.5%, record gas prices, gas shortages, gas lines, a doubling of the deficit, U.S. Embassy personnel in Iran held hostage, an unsuccessful hostage rescue attempt, the embarrassing decline of our military, and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. America almost didn't survive Jimmy Carter. But along came a true patriot and American hero, Ronald Reagan, who turned Carter's malaise, misery, and the worst economy since 1929 into the greatest economic turnaround and expansion in world history. Ronald Reagan showed the world that America was indeed the shining beacon on the hill. Reagan made us great again. And by doing so, he exposed Jimmy Carter as an incompetent, ultra-liberal laughingstock. To make matters worse for Carter's legacy, the U.S. hostages in Iran were released on Reagan's inauguration day. Carter never forgave Reagan or America for leaving his reputation in tatters. So the result? Jimmy Carter wandered the wilderness for the past 33 years, growing more angry and bitter with each passing year. He took his anger out by embarrassing the U.S. and meddling in foreign affairs. He spent 33 years denouncing Israel, praising nations that support Muslim terrorists, defying the U.S. travel ban to Cuba, praising tyrants like Castro, Hugo Chavez, Tito, and North Korean despot Kim Il-jung. He oversaw election fraud and corruption in Venezuela and Haiti and declared everything there fair and square. The man has spent 33 years venting his hatred for America. He's a disgrace. Now, Jimmy Carter's finally gotten his revenge. Angry at America's success since Reagan, including those 40 million new jobs created since the early 1980s, Carter might be the single man most responsible for Barack Obama's re-election, allowing him to continue the destruction that Carter began all those years ago in 1976. Now you might be thinking, how did Jimmy Carter help re-elect Obama? Well, Mitt Romney was poised to do to Obama exactly what Reagan did to Carter. A brilliant businessman and turnaround specialist, Mitt Romney was the perfect man to again save America. He would have turned around this Obama-geddon disaster in 2 years with low taxes, reduced spending, and smaller government, exactly how Reagan saved us from Carter. But along came that secret tape where Mitt discussed the 47% of Americans who want government to give them checks and who will vote for the politician who keeps the checks coming. The release of that tape was the beginning of the end for Mitt Romney. His reputation, his likability ratings, and his presidential campaign would never recover. Well, guess who released that damaging tape? Jimmy Carter's grandson. Democratic operative Jimmy Carter IV getting sweet revenge for Grandpa. Carter's grandson said, and I quote, "I've been hearing all my life people making fun of my grandfather or saying that he was a bad president. Gee, I wonder why. And I've just gotten used to it. But it's nice to be able to hit back." Upon seeing the tape of Romney's remarks, former President Jimmy Carter said to his grandson, "James, this is extraordinary. Congratulations, Papa." It may not have been the only reason Romney lost, but it certainly did more damage to his campaign than anything Obama did or said in months of campaigning. And so, with the help of Jimmy Carter's grandson, history was changed. Instead of a modern-day Reagan, we got stuck with a second disastrous term of a modern-day Jimmy Carter. If Carter had been reelected back in 1980, there very likely would have never been 40 million new jobs over the next 25 years. America's military and economy would probably never have recovered, and we'd have a lower standard of living, including gasoline prices of $8 a gallon, just like in those European socialist light countries that both Jimmy Carter and Obama want America to emulate. But thanks to Jimmy Carter IV, it's Groundhog Day. Carter gets a do-over. We're about to see what would have happened if we'd never elected Reagan and gave Jimmy Carter a chance to finish the job of screwing up the American economy. We're about to see if Barack Obama can finish that job in a second term, all in the name of tax and spend, compassion, fairness, social justice, and don't forget, human rights. Once Obama is done using Jimmy Carter's ultra-left policies to gain retribution and redistribution, I can only imagine that America will be a shell of her former self. America's military will be in decline. The U.S. economy will continue in misery and malaise. Inflation will return to unimaginable heights. Debt will continue to explode. Gas lines and rationing will once again be part of our lives. America will no longer be exceptionable. Congratulations, President Carter. It took 33 years and your grandson's help, but you finally got your revenge on the American people and American exceptionalism. Sadly, just like a second term of Jimmy Carter, I can promise you this will not end well for America or the American economy. I'm Wayne Root for PersonalLiberty.com. See you same time, same place next week when I'll present to you the solution. No more complaints. The solution, the perfect model to save America and the U.S. economy. Jimmy Carter and Barack Obama will not be happy, but this is the answer. See you next week. God bless America.